What's up guys, this is Aeroplane 560 and I'm bringing you a new video, and this isn't Minecraft this time. We're going to be playing the game Fate, which is a game by the company Wild Tangent Games. It came out, I believe, in 2005, I think. But yeah, it's a pretty old game. It's just a basic dungeon crawler game, but it's really addicting and a ton of fun. So I thought, hey, why not do a video series of me playing it? So that's what I'm going to be doing for you today. So this is the first episode. And I have been playing this a little bit on another account, but for today we're going to be starting fresh. So let's do that. We'll be adventure difficulty. Aeroplane 560, that's my name. Don't think they have any red hair, which is what I am in real life, so whatever. It's okay. I like the glasses. I like the glasses. Yeah. Alright, cool. So, I'm going to name my pet Benny after my cat in real life. I'm a cat person, so I'm kind of weird like that, but whatever. I like cats. So there's Benny.
Since oldest
and we'll just listen to this guy talk, because if you never played this,
it
kind of tells you what the game's about.
Its doorway leads to infinite possibility, to subterranean lands fabled in stories and myths. Many adventurers have passed over that ancient threshold, some to find fame, glory, and wealth beyond telling, and others never to return. The town of Grove has ever been the safe haven at the dungeon's mouth, a watering hole and resting place for weary adventurers. Here, great tales are told by the inn's fire, journeys are planned, and legacies are made. The minstrels sing of the great feats of heroes long gone, and statues ring the square, a testament to their deeds. After traveling many hard and dusty days, you and your faithful companion arrive at last in the fabled forest town, which waits beneath the long shadow of the gate. Within these walls lies the path to infinite adventure. It is here that you will test your worth, and perhaps find fortune and glory along the way. It is here that you will determine your fate.
Okay, so we basically gotta go into a dungeon. Sweet. Tales tell of a great hill ogre barbarian whose name is only spoken in whispers. Rat Drinker. This game generates a random name for the guy that you have to kill on the level, and this guy's Rat Drinker. Cool. Okay, for centuries it has waited on the 44th level of the dungeon. Its evil is seeping toward the town. Up toward the town. You must destroy it once and for all and rid the world of its evil influence. It is your fate, adventurer. Will you meet it? So basically the end game for this randomly generated dungeon is go to the 44th level and kill the hill ogre Rat Drinker. So once you do that, it's basically like, oh, you're the town hero. But it doesn't end there. You can always keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into the dungeon. It's infinite, like it said. So that's cool. But what we're going to want to do is try to get to the 44th level. So let's get started. So you'll start off in the town here, and I'll go over the basics of how the game works. I'll give you these little tips.
Your journey has begun.
Well, it did. The basic controls. Everything, you can pretty much just play with your mouse. You don't really even need to use a keyboard, but I like to anyway. I think it makes it faster and easier to play. So, yeah. Got your health bars, mana bar, everything. So I think I'll talk about the interface a little bit. So you have your character stats, which is, you have your level here, which is anytime you kill something, you'll get experience, or anytime your pet kills something, it'll get experience, or anytime you have, well, I'll talk about that in a second. Then you have your renown. Your renown is basically how well known you are. So right now I'm Aeroplane 560, the unknown, and unknown is renown of 1, so nobody knows me. You get more fame points, which is basically like your experience for your renown, by completing quests, which I'll talk about in a second. Then you have your basics like strength, dexterity, which is how accurate you are when you're hitting somebody or attacking them in some way. Magic, vitality, stuff like that are the basics. Then you have your skills, which is kind of similar to this. Depending on what style you're going to be playing, you'll choose the skills that you want to increase. So like sword, staff, if you're going to be doing like magic. Well, staff is actually the melee that you'll use from like a magic staff, not the actual magic itself. That's all down here. So you have like spell casting, the speed, attack magic, defense magic, charm magic, all that kind of stuff. So depending on what weapon you want to be using, you're going to want to increase the points of said skill. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be playing this game. Sometimes I like to play like strictly stay to one class. Like I think on my other one I'm doing magic right now, which is a lot of fun. It's a little trickier because my strength isn't very high, but I have a high magic. So it adds some unique dynamics to the game. You can pretty much choose whatever you want to be. You're not stuck with one class. You could even do like a hybrid, You could have like a sword wielding magician or something. I don't know. Or use like there's bow and arrows too, which is always cool. So yeah, that's basically the skills and the stats. Then you have your inventory. It's pretty basic. You start off with the light hand axe. You got your helmet, 2 rings, a necklace, chest. You can actually, some swords you can dual wield, some you cannot. Gloves and boots. And every item that you see here, well, every slot that you see here, you can enchant. And I'll talk about enchants in a little bit. So an identify scroll is used to identify items that you'll find in the dungeon. Sometimes when you kill something, you'll get an item that says unidentified, and it'll give you a level. So if you use a scroll on that, you'll be able to unlock what the item is. Like it'll identify the item, so it'll have like a special enchantment on it. And the enchantment level that you see is for a spell that you can use, which is like the identify spell. So instead of having to use all these scrolls to identify items, you can just use a spell, but only if you have the required level. So some items that are like really powerful will have a really high identify level. So you can either have that really high identify level for magic, or you can just use a scroll on it. And it doesn't matter what level it is if you use a scroll, so that's nice. Town Portal Scroll is used to go from the dungeon, whatever level you're on, back to town instantly, instead of having to go all the way up through the dungeon levels. So if you're on like level 40, rather than having to walk up all 40 levels to get back to town, you can just make a Town Portal Scroll, which is awesome. Talk to this guy.
And you're always welcome here.
Oh, looks like I'm getting some achievements too, which is cool. So this guy sells potions in gear. All your basic potions. Stamina helps you run longer. Mana is for magic, obviously. And you got your healing charms and your health potions. Where are the health potions? Right here. Here's the health potions. So, yeah. Now these books are basically 10 of these scrolls just in one, so it's a little bit easier. If you notice here, there's a fishing pole, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So that's basically Bartleby? Yeah, I guess. I'll go around town, I think, and start talking about everybody here. So the movie, just kind of click and hold. Your guy will run wherever you have your mouse. So there's a couple people in town that you can talk to that'll sell you stuff. So this person, Jin, the seer, will sell you. She will sell you magic stuff.
May the light shine upon you.
So here are the spells. Actually, I think I'll talk about the rest of the stuff on here first. So the spell book is what contains all your spells in here. Now, there's a lot more than these slots contain, so you're going to have to pick and choose which ones you want to use in your spell book. So that's that. I already talked about skills. Journal just shows you basic information, so you can see like how much time you've wasted playing this very addicting game, which is always fun. Your steps taken, gold, all the gold you gathered, all that stuff. So that's kind of cool to see sometimes. Quests, I'll talk about in a little bit. Your map is this thing over here. These little dots represent people, and if they're orange, they're kind of yellowish, as you can see there. That means that they have quests for you. And if you complete the quest, they'll be red. That indicates the dungeon entrance. But yeah, if you've completed the quest and you're coming back to talk to them to get your reward, they'll be red. So that's how you find that out. And then just save. So that's basically the interface. Down here you have your gold. Up here is what town you're in or what level dungeon you're at. So now we can come over here.
Be welcome, traveler.
So I showed you the spell book. What you'll do is once you buy a spell, you'll right click it and it'll get added to your spell book in there. And then you can use that spell to perform whatever it is that you're doing. So like the identify scroll is this one with the question mark. So you can identify an item of level 3 and below. So whatever charm skill level, so I showed you the skills, whatever your charm skill level is will increase that by 3. So you'll start with 3, so if you get a 1 charm level, you can identify up to 6, which is cool.
Be welcome, traveler.
She also sells staves, depending which level you are. So if it's in red, that means you don't have enough coins to buy it, obviously. So this one is already, or is only 79, which, so I could buy that one, but it's kind of useless, and I kind of not sure how I want to go about this yet. So I'm going to hold off with buying anything yet. I think I'm just going to go probably do some quests and whatnot. So I'm going to talk about enchantments now. So if you look, this has like a purple aurora around it. That means that it has enchants. This one has a green, which means that it's imbued with magic, which is typically, they're typically better than a purple enchant. Also, you'll see these circles, which are called sockets, and with sockets you can add gems to them, and gems are just another way of adding enchants on it, but you can choose which enchant you want, which is really cool. So you'll see some of them are cracked, and some of them are actually, let's see if they have any superior. Yeah, there's a superior. So if you have like cracked lapis, it'll give you 3% faster casting speed. If you have superior, it'll give you 10%. So it's a way, but of course it's going to cost you a lot more money. But that's a way that you can choose what enchants you want to add to like a staff or a sword or a lot. I think any item can have a socket on it, which is cool. There's also charm spells, which are really useful early game. So you can summon monsters to help fight the enemies with you. So that's cool. So that is Jin. Down here we have Del Arnes.
Good day to you.
This guy just sells arms and armor. So if we wanted, we could buy another light hand axe and go dual wielding, but I think that's unnecessary at this point. He'll just basically sell you standard items. Some of them are enchanted, like this is a pretty good crossbow. But the thing you want to realize is you don't want to enchant things too much at a low level, because you're always going to be moving on to a better item. So it's kind of pointless to put so much enchants on one item and then only to move on to a stronger level. So, and as you go on through the game, these shops change every time. Every time you come back, it'll be different. Or there's a little cheat. You could just go here, go to save and exit, and then come back, and they'll be different as well. So this dude removes gems. So you can get your sockets back if you decide you want to add a different gem or whatever. So you just put it in there and it'll take them out. So yeah, there's Del Arnes, Jin. This is Zim.
All of life's a gamble.
So this is gambling. Now what gambling is over there, like at Del, he just sells you whatever the item is, and it tells you everything about the item. So as you saw, like there were some enchanted items. But if you buy from this guy, you'll see gamble price, which means that there's a chance that this has some enchants on it. There's also a chance that it has some curses on it. And a curse is kind of like a negative enchant. Like it'll be like for every hit, it'll take away 1% of your life, you know, or something like that. Something negative that you wouldn't want. So that's why it's considered a gamble, because you don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes you might get like a really sweet deal. But generally, these are always pretty expensive to buy, even if it's like a pretty low level item. Like something like this is only level 10 magic, which I could wear, but because it's a gamble price, there could possibly be some really good enchants on it. So that's why it's that expensive. Like over here, I think this guy was selling that one too.
Good day to you.
Yeah, see, and this one's only 108, but it's the same Initiate's Robe, but this one doesn't have any enchants on it, and you know that because he's not gambling or anything. So that's that. Up over here, these two people. This person just heals you. She just heals you.
You feel refreshed.
Whatever. Rolo.
May I play a tune for
So I
you?
talked about renown before, and that's your fame basically in the game. So you can pay this guy a certain amount of gold, and it'll increase your renown. Once you increase renown, you'll be able to, I think you get 4 points towards skills. You can choose any 4 that you want to increase. You can put all 4 on one or spread it out, whatever you want. That's if you increase your renown. If you increase your stats, like your level, yeah, you'll be able to use 5 in this category. So if you get a level, you'll get 5 in here and 2 in here. If you get renown, you'll get 4 in here and none in here. So that's a way to increase your stats, is to level up and get your renown up. And again, to get renown up, you use quests. So what is a quest? Well, as you can see here, we have an exclamation point above this dude, who's a zombie. Now, I don't know if I would be taking quests from a zombie, but whatever. So this indicates that there's a quest. So you click on him. He'll tell you all about it. It'll give you some crazy name. So Bolduruk, the cave beetle, has assembled an army of mottled lurkers and is advancing on the town from level 2. So it tells you what it is, which level it's on, and sometimes it'll say like he has stolen this item and you need to bring it back to me. So you'll have to kill the thing, bring back the item, and then it'll give you a different item. So this guy's saying, if you just kill him, I'll reward you. See, they get crazy names when they have a bunch of enchants on them. So Rantide, Shocking, Crude, Morning Star of Warriors. That sounds pretty badass. So, and some of the names are just hilarious and ridiculously long and drawn out. So if I go there and kill that guy and come back and say, hey, I killed him, he'll give me that thing. Now, some of them, like I said, will require you to kill whatever the quest is for, take the item that they drop and bring it back to them. And you'll know that it's the right item because when you pick it up in your inventory, there'll be a Q next to it indicating it's a quest item. Now, you have the option of going into here. So like, let's say for instance, I accept this quest. So now it's in this and it'll tell you all the stuff you need to know. So I have to kill that one boss and then 3 of his like minions or whatever. And this is your rewards basically. So the item I get and whatever. But if I were to get an item that I needed to bring back to this guy, I could take the item, and if I see like, wow, this is a really good item, I could just cancel the quest and be able to keep the quest item, which is awesome. This guy will enchant. So I talked about enchants earlier. All you have to do is place whatever item, you can place anything in there, and it'll enchant it. And of course, it's for a price. So with this, it's kind of like gambling in that you can get some really good enchants, or sometimes you can get unlucky and it can curse your items, or it could even take all the enchants that you already had out of them. So you got to be careful with that. But usually, it's pretty good if you're looking to enchant something. So that's Rico, the enchanter. I said fishing rods before. Here's where you go fishing. 1 second. Alright. Whoops. Okay, so with your fishing rod, you can come over here and get fish from it. You can get fingerling, small, or you can get flawless. A fingerling basically means, so let's say I got a fingerling roughy. Now the roughy I know because I've played this game before. Which, what happens is when you take the fish, put it in your pet's inventory here, they'll consume the fish and they'll change into like a creature. So the roughy changes your pet into a griffin. So if it's a fingerling roughy, it would change it into a griffin for I think like 2 minutes. If it's a small roughy, it would turn it into for 5 minutes. It would turn it into a griffin, and a flawless will permanently transform your pet into a griffin if it's a flawless roughy, or if it's like a flawless trout. I think there's a bunch of different animals that your pet can turn into, and depending on which type of fish you get, will determine the duration and the type of creature that you get. So that's fishing. So it's really helpful. So if you saw when I first started the video, my other character that I have going right now, his pet is permanently like a spider, which is cool. So right now, I'm going to accept that quest, I think. It's on level 2. But I don't think I'm going to actually be getting to that today. I'll probably just talk a little bit more about the town, and then next episode we'll plan on going into the dungeon. This dude is just the narrator. If you listen to his voice, it's the guy that was introducing this, and he just reminds you basically what you have to do for the end game. So you just talk to him and he'll tell you. So I gotta get Rat Drinker on level 44. I already know that. Here's where you can store all your stuff. It's just like a bank, so anything you can put in there. Another thing I forgot to mention though is you have your inventory in here, but your pet also has an inventory, which is nice. It also can hold some rings and a necklace, so you can get some like enchanted rings that have like good defense and whatnot, and make your pet pretty solid. You can also see your pet stats, which you can't change. Every time your pet levels up, they'll automatically change. You don't have to. There's no points involved with that. You can also take your pet, put items in the inventory, and then choose this option, send pet to town. And what that will do is your pet will go to. It'll give you a time that he'll return, and he'll go to town and sell whatever items were in the inventory. So, and then he'll return with the gold after the certain amount of time. So depending on what level you are, the longer it'll take your pet to return. So that's cool. Over here, this guy, this is the same dude, I think, as the other one. That takes the gems out of items. I don't know why it's just there again, but this guy is just, he's always got some really interesting items. Armor and weapons usually.
Cloak, you know a bargain when you see one.
So, yeah, he just sells random stuff, but good stuff nonetheless. And what's cool is sometimes you'll find this guy down in the dungeons on like a level. You'll just randomly see him and you can buy stuff from him, which is awesome. There's also another dude that tends to be down in the dungeon who sells you fish. He only sells. He's not up in the town. You can only find him in there, and that's where you'll find like your flawless fish and stuff. But that's usually pretty far down in the dungeon when you'll start seeing flawless stuff. Here's just another guy that gives you quests. Some people stand still like that, and others you'll have to find just wandering the town or whatever. So I think that's basically the whole town. Yeah, talking about enchanting and everything. So, you know what, I think for this, I'm going to try to find a quest that's on level 1, just so I can demonstrate how we're going to do this. So let's see if we can get a quest that's on level 1. Another thing you can do is if you don't find any quests you like, you can always go back to the main menu and then resume your game, and they should have brand new quests for you.
Fine day to you.
Okay, so this is level 3, so I don't really want that. I wanted level 1, just so I can show you guys the gist of how this works. And show you what the dungeon's like. Dungeons all randomly, they're randomly generated, so you never know what you're going to get. Even you'll go to the first level and it'll be different every time you go in, which is cool. Well, I mean, like on a different account. Once you've already gone there in that account, it'll be the same. So, okay, here we go. Anoxus Gel on level 1. Tooth Juggler, that's his name. Okay, it's a weird name. And he'll give me the studded leather armor of blocking. So I'll take that quest.
You have received a quest.
So it's on level, if we go here, Tooth Juggler and Noxious Gel on level 1. So that's pretty straightforward. The quests get harder and harder as you go down the dungeon, obviously, because the monsters get stronger and stronger. So, but so do you. So that's good. Let's go in the dungeon. Alright, so on the map, if we keep pressing M, you can see it'll zoom out, and it will actually show us the whole grid of the map there. You can see all the areas. So we might not have unlocked, to unlock new stuff, you just have to walk around, and it'll reveal more of the map. So if you want to attack something, all you have to do is click and hold, and then you'll run up to it and attack it. A good thing to do is also open up these, like, barrels and stuff, because they'll always have stuff. Some of them you can't. If you want to see like stuff you can interact with, you just have to hold Alt, and let's see. Well, there's my pet's doing work right now. I'm not even have to attack this stuff, so that's cool. Let's see. So like yeah, there I'm pressing Alt, and you can see it reveals stuff. So if there's like items on the ground that you missed, you can just press Alt, and it'll reveal everything that's there. So it's really cool. So we're trying to find that Noxious Gel, and if it's a boss, they'll actually have like a red aura around themselves, so that's how you'll know that it's the right guy you're looking for. And monsters drop loot, which is always nice. Stamina potions are good when you're first starting because you'll lose stamina really quickly. But as you go on, it won't happen as fast. Okay, so we're looking for the Noxious Gel. And actually we already did find the descent. Every level of the dungeon will have like a descent stairs, so you'll just go to the next level down. So we're on level 1. If we're trying to do the other quest, this one, to go to level 2, we just have to go down there. But I'm just going to do the first one for now. And we'll wrap it up there. Oh, so I see the red aura. So there he is. There's Tooth Juggler.
You were poisoned.
So this guy is pretty tough, actually, for me right now, just because I'm such a low level. He actually poisoned me. Come on. Benny is not happy about this. I think I'm going to get him, though. So, like, if I need to re-heal, I can just press 1 like that. Also, if I wanted to heal my pet, I would hold shift, and then I can right-click the potion that I want. So
You have completed a quest.
There we go, we completed the quest. There's no item to bring, so all we have to do now is... Actually, what I usually like to do, I'll go to the part that I was going to descend, and then I'll use my town portal scroll, go through that.
You enter the portal.
It'll take you back to the center of town, which is right here. There's your portal to get back to level 1, and yeah, so that's cool. Now, if you look on the map, down there, actually it was Seaver, if I'm not mistaken. There he is. And now, if you look by his name, there should be a red. It should be red, meaning that we've completed it. If you go over here, he'll have an orange exclamation point above his head. See there. So if we click.
Hello.
Thank you for defeating Tooth Juggler. Here's your reward. So we'll get some experience, some fame, and some gold. So, yeah, fame is the only way to really get your renown up, which would be doing quests. Again, you can pay for it, but it's really expensive after a while. And the higher your fame, the more money it costs to get to the next level. So, for the most part, you're going to want to be doing quests to get that. So we got all that, and we got the studded leather armor of blocking. So there it is. I actually don't have the right level of strength to wear it yet, so I'm going to need to level up. And I'm almost there from that quest. Just a few more experience. So, yeah. So there's my fame. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this first episode. I hope you guys like this, and let me know if you want to see more. I'm not sure how long this game will last. I was planning probably on just doing it until I beat the dude on level 44. But once you get the hang of how this game works, it might be kind of boring for you guys to just watch me play over it, like just go through dungeon after dungeon after dungeon. And honestly, I don't know how much I could like talk about once I get going. I mean, I'll just pretty much be doing. It's like kind of the same thing. It's just different. You'll be fighting different enemies and stuff. And I mean, I'll be getting new items, but I don't know. I'm just gonna see how it's gonna go. I'll just record another episode. Probably decide from there what I'm going to do. So I hope you guys like this episode, and there will be more to come, and I'm going to be uploading some Minecraft videos soon too. I know I've been, or Feed the Beast I should say, videos soon. I know I've been neglecting to do that. I've just been kind of busy with school and whatnot, but there should be more of that coming. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to be going now. This is Aeroplane 560, and I'm taking off. I'll see you guys later.